Thank you. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to myself, Rose, and Jackie.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing fabulously well.
Hello, everyone. So I guess we're going to, as normal, we're going right into today's angel message. So I'm curious to hear what's the message today, Jax?
Thank you, Rose. Welcome, everybody. Today, the angelic message from the divine is to live in the moment, to understand not to let life pass you by. Oftentimes, we take things for granted, as well as taking life for granted. But understand that life is precious in the most beautiful way. Understand that you, as a human being, are a beautiful gift of life. And to know that you are walking this journey here in the physical world, that alone is a beautiful gift in itself. Understand that while you are here, to live in the moment, to experience it, to walk it, to understand it, to know that you do not need to leave this world with grudges and regrets. Understand that you are a precious human being. Make every day, every moment, every blessing count. To know that you are loved in all ways. Rose.
Thank you, Jackie. What a beautiful message. I live by your words in what you just spoke now from the divine. Honestly, I feel that the ones that are trying to sometimes still try to understand the delicateness and the preciousness of life, perhaps maybe sit down and maybe create a beautiful life story and just journal it, or start by saying, that I value myself and I value life, and know your inner self. I think it's really, really important to know who you are walking in this beautiful earth that we have, and discover your life's purposes as you go along the way. It's so important. And it's also, I would say, important to be in alignment of your own purpose. So that way you can understand the connection that the divine brings forward in living and breathing to the fullest every second, every minute, every day. Also, maybe take time to set your commandments in what you really look towards in life. It's really important, I believe. Discover your values, know who you are as a loving human being, and just keep, honestly, living it to the fullest. Don't put your life on hold. I would say that. Take every minute that you possibly can by not only just setting your goals, writing things down, but live it. Live it, because time is so precious. It really goes by very quickly. As we know, we all lose loved ones. And sometimes those loved ones had things they wanted to do prior to leaving the physical world. So you might want to just do that. But most of all, I would say, is to discover your passion to life. That is a really, really big fulfillment in many, many ways. And I think that can always bring you back to living your purpose. I truly believe.
Absolutely, beauty. Amen to that. That is so beautiful. Yes, and oftentimes when, for some, you may feel like you've stepped off of the journey that you are living and experiencing. And sometimes that's okay, because it's a lesson, and take that lesson and go back onto your journey and moving forward, and take that with love that is in your heart. I understand we have a beautiful caller today.
We do. Her name is Susie. Hello, Susie. How are you?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. How are you two?
We are doing well, thank you. How can we be of divine assistance to you today?
Well, I would love to know if you guys have anything on love and health at all.
We can definitely look into the love aspect for it, but the health, we're going to leave that to the divine.
No worries.
Okay, beautiful. Let's take a look. Are you currently going through something right now that you're kind of contemplating with somebody in your life?
Yes, there is a difficult situation.
Yes, I see that. There's some challenges along the way that you're currently experiencing. It's something that you've been experiencing for quite some time. Am I right to say this?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. But there's a beautiful bond between the two of you that's keeping you guys there on that same level of love. It almost like it kind of brings you apart, but then brings you back together. Does that make sense?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so thing is, right now, I can honestly say is that you both need to work through these challenges and both see the understanding to why the divine has brought you guys together in the first place. It's almost like at times that you guys are just giving up on each other, even there is some great challenges, and I see that. It's almost like you're just sometimes wanting to throw in the towel and say, you know what, that we're completely done. You need to kind of look more deeper within both to understand that the path, there is an enlightenment to this whole path, but you both have to kind of let go of the battles. And I would say, I'm going to say this in the most beautiful way, let go of some ego that comes in, that kind of tries to go overlapping each other, and rather working with each other and loving each other to the fullest. You need to understand that no matter where you go in every single relationship, there is always going to be some kind of challenges, but you have to look to understand what it is the challenge and how you can work through them. Continue on both of your journey. I'm going to pass it over to Jackie now.
Yes. Thank you, Susie, first and foremost, for calling in. I understand with the relationship question. I feel, and I'm feeling very, very connected to what Rose is saying, but I also feel like there's a little bit of a rest period that is needed in order to understand where you wish to go, in order whether that is leading you back to the relationship to keep moving forward. But I also get the feeling, Susie, is that when you're able to take that little bit of a moment for yourself to see that inner guidance and ask the divine which way to go and take that moment of rest that is needed. Your energy is very, very inner childlike. It's almost like you live life in a beautiful way. I get the feeling sometimes that your personalities are different. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So understand that even though you've experienced some struggles within the relationship, sometimes you just need to take a little bit of that resting period in order to understand and to see with the clarity, with the love that is in the heart between the both of you. I see moving forward the abundance of a beautiful relationship, but understanding that the communication is key, but also resting the mind and communicating and knowing that even though there's struggles that you've experienced in the past with this particular relationship, oftentimes you need to surrender that. That is the past. So moving forward, understand that you have the guidance from the divine and to know that you're never alone to seek the answers that you are seeking within this particular situation. But I definitely see that the relationship mending and growing, but understand that you need to leave the past where the past is. But once you're able to rest and move forward, this is where the clarity will come in.
Yes, I'm also going to work with you on that one too, Jackie, because there's a level of forgiveness here. Something has come into this space to create the space to go a little bit more outbound. And I believe there's a forgiveness needed for this relationship to mend properly. So that way you both don't lose sight of what the purpose was, why you were both brought together. So the challenges are a little bit something more, and I cannot say this on air, but it's a little bit more, I would say, in depth to why the challenges are there. So I think both can work through it, and you really can come to back on the same path together to be as one. So even though you feel there's some kind of separation in between of it, don't lose sight of the actual love between the both, because this relationship does have the chance to continue to flourish, if that makes sense. Does that make sense for you, Susie?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with that part of forgiveness, and I really am saying this to say it out of pure love. Um, Even sometimes when our relationships go into a little bit of a storm, and sometimes a little bit, it's kind of shaky. The shaky honestly can find its way to see the sunshine. So please know that it's not always the storm that covers the sun. The sun does always shine from that part of it. So whatever's happened, once again, more in depth, you both can overcome this to keep this relationship together. And I do see
Okay.
it, but both must work at it really beautifully without any kind of expectations, without any controlling of the situation, and without any ego. And I say this with love. That way, you both find your way back to the same place of pure love.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And if I may, just a little bit of an ending here, just to know that you are never alone, you're guided. Understand that both of you have the power within each of you to find that inner peace and forgiveness to move forward. So, but again, the communication needs to be there, the rest and the guidance, and to know that once everything is set on the table, the emotional feelings from the past will be the past, and you'll be able to embrace the future with a loving heart.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you for calling me, Susie. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
beautiful, blessed day.
Okay.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. So thank you for tuning in to Jackie and Rose, and we will see you next week for more divine messages. Angel blessing.
blessing.